COVID-19 edition back at my house. I hope you're all doing well this week. This is really your first week of summer, so I hope you've enjoyed your first week so far. We've had pretty nice weather. It's not too hot. I hope you guys are playing outside, doing a lot. As we wait on a few folks to get in here tonight, I just want to thank you all for joining us as a group, as a church. And as I tell you every week, when I use the word church, we're not talking about that building with the stained glass windows and the bricks and the carpet and the pews. We're talking about us, the group. We are the church. And we're meeting tonight as a church. And we're worshiping as a church. And we're loving on each other as a church. I'm just so excited that we're able to come and just have just a little bit of fun with each other. I can't wait because we have some birthdays tonight, and we're going to get fired up with those in just a minute. And real quick, we've got Harry Cat who's hanging around us. But I just want to thank you all for joining us tonight, and I think it's about time to get started. So let's real quickly go to the Lord in prayer, and then we've got to take care of some birthday business. Dear Lord, thank you so much for allowing us to come and worship you together. It is a beautiful afternoon that you've given us, and just we want to thank you for all these gifts you give us, the beautiful weather, the ability and to worship together, the technology to worship together, and just thank you for giving us that love for each other and the love for you. And as we learn tonight, we're going to learn about just how we need to give thanks in all circumstances, and we're going to rejoice no matter what. But thank you so much for giving us this beautiful day as we come and worship you. I think we've been invaded by the cats. All right, but real quick, I've got Grant down here running audio. So with all that said, we've got a couple of birthdays. The end of last week, Karis, happy birthday, lady. Happy birthday. And tomorrow, Jacob's out there. Happy birthday, buddy. So, with all that said, let's do the birthday song for Jacob and Karis. Uh-oh, technical difficulties. Holy cow! We had a little scare there. As you can tell, we are underneath the hood of my truck. Now, we just had a cat jump on the hood and slam the hood, and I'm glad I wasn't leaning on it. But we're here tonight for a reason. And before we get into the reason we're here, let's open up our Bible books to 1 Thessalonians. Now, 1 Thessalonians is way towards the back of the Bible. If you're going there, you're almost at the end, but not quite there. If you make it to 2 Thessalonians, you've gone too far. Go back one. But 1 Thessalonians, these were 1 and 2 Thessalonians were books or letters that Paul wrote to the people, or the church in Thessalonia. And people from Thessalonia are called Thessalonians. So we have these two letters that Paul wrote them to talk about their church and how they were doing. And they ultimately became part of our Bible. So we have these two letters from Paul to the Thessalonians, 1 Thessalonians, 2 Thessalonians. Now, the same way we use sincerely when we finish a letter to someone, or we may say, love you. or miss you, or thank you. Paul ends his letters with a similar greeting. And, well, not necessarily a greeting, salutation. And that is found in 1 Thessalonians 5, where am I at? 16. Now, 1 Thessalonians 5, 16, 17, and 18 is sort of his ending out this letter. He's kind of told them everything he wanted to tell them, and then he leaves them with this little bit of advice there at the end. And it's some of my favorite verses in the entire Bible. And it's been that way for, pretty much the whole time I've been a Christian. And we even have a sign in one of our bathrooms that Brittany bought that actually has these 3 verses on it. And if Miss MJ is out there, we're about to lose a cat. Say, hey, Harry. If Miss MJ's out there, I know these are some of her favorite verses too. But in 1 Thessalonians 16, 17, and 18 is where we're going to be reading from. Rejoice always. Always rejoice. Rejoice always. No matter what. Now, Paul doesn't say rejoice some of the time, or rejoice most of the time. He says rejoice always. Always rejoice. Rejoice while you're awake. Rejoice while you're asleep. Rejoice while you're eating. Rejoice when you're hungry. Rejoice while you're thirsty. Rejoice while you're on your bike. Rejoice while you're in the school, on the school bus. Rejoice always. Always means always. Pray continually. That means pray, never stop praying. Continually. Okay, so once you start, you're never supposed to stop. Now, I know that may be a little tough to do, but our prayers can go on forever. We can talk to God constantly no matter what. No matter what is going on, we can continually pray. Because we can speak directly to God, and we have that direct communication line. And we can pray to Him continually, never stopping. If something continues, it never stops. And it's in 18 says, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Jesus Christ. Give thanks in all circumstances. Now this, remember, we're going always back to that always word. Give thanks in all circumstances. Not most circumstances, not some circumstances, not when we want to, or when we feel good, or when we feel bad, we give thanks, or when we want to ask for, something. It's give thanks in all circumstances. We give thanks, no matter what. No matter what anybody tells us, what happened to us today, what happened to us yesterday, what's going to happen to us tomorrow. Give thanks in all circumstances. We should be thanking God. No matter where we find ourselves in life, we need to be thanking God. No matter what. All circumstances. Now, you may be asking, Jason, I see you in your yard. I've seen you in the creek. I've seen you in the living room. But why in the world are we under the hood of your truck? Excellent question. Now, most videos where you see someone under the hood of a vehicle on YouTube or Facebook involves changing the oil or changing the filters or adding fluids. We're not doing that tonight. We're going to talk about this thing right here. Now, if you can see, it's got these red wires and some white or black wires over here. Some of you who know what this is a battery. This is what starts your vehicle. Now, this battery is not much different than the batteries you have in your remote control, run your TV, or anything else you may have that requires batteries. Some of your video games require batteries. And sometimes those batteries go dead. Let me tell you a story. It's 7 o'clock now. So about 2 hours ago, I guess, I was leaving my office in Cedartown, and I came and got in this truck right here just after 5 o'clock. And I go to get in this truck, and I put the key in the ignition, and I turn the key, and nothing happens. This vehicle, like most, when nothing happens, sometimes you get a little click, 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 click sound. It didn't even do that. The battery was dead. Absolutely dead. I'm in a parking lot, and it's 5 after 5 in Cedartown, Georgia. So I had to figure something out. Now, I could have got mad and thrown something, said something I wasn't supposed to say, but I smiled, made a phone call or two. Within 10 minutes, I had a friend who was able to come and help me out. He had some jumper cables, and we jumped off my truck, and I made it to Mini Parts this afternoon, and I got a new battery. But the whole way home, as I was coming home after I got the vehicle started, I wasn't mad that the battery got, it died, because that happens over a while, every once in a while. I wasn't upset because I was gonna have to spend some money on a battery. I was happy. I really was. I was like, I've got this thing started. I'm gonna be able to make it to the parts store. I'm gonna be there. It's gonna be great because I'm gonna get a new battery, and everything's gonna be good tomorrow. It's gonna be good this afternoon. And the whole way home, I was excited. I got a truck that's running, and actually, once the car's going, you can turn the air conditioner on. I'm saying, like, I've got a nice vehicle. I got air conditioning, and not too long from now, I'm gonna get a new battery, and things are gonna be great after that. I gave thanks the whole way home. Like, Lord, thank you so much for sending that officer that came and helped me out. Thank you so much for him being in the area. I just thank you. And it was a time that I was in need. And there's times in our lives where we're in need, no matter what, young, old, middle, and we have to realize that no matter what situation we're in, God wants us to give thanks in all circumstances, to pray continue, and always rejoice, no matter what. So, just as I'm rejoicing because I got a new battery, and I'm thankful that God had someone right there within a block of where I was that had a set of jumper cables, no matter where you are in life, no matter where you are, and you too, adults, I'm talking to you, no matter where you are, we should rejoice always, pray continually, and give thanks in all circumstances. Kids, I love you. I cannot wait. Oh, Harry's back. I cannot wait till we're all together again. I'm hoping those days are very soon. But I love you. I miss you. And I cannot wait to slap you with a noodle. Take care. I love you.